Inspired by golden rays of light from the sun which giving light and life, the name Sinar Mas translates to mean golden light. Eka Jipta Widada starts his business in year 1938 which known as Sinar Mas. Now, Sinar Mas one of Asia's leading enterprises that creates 300,000 jobs and support 500,000 additional jobs in Indonesia. It consisting of 6 main business pillars which are pulp and paper products, agribusiness and food, real estate and development, financial services, telecommunications, energy and infrastructure. Even though Sinar Mas is a well-known company in Asia, it's also engaged with some unethical behavior in business. In 2009, the company has manipulated the audit findings to try convince shareholders and customers that they are responsible and sustainable company. Asia Pulp and Paper or APP hired Ogilvy and Mather, a global PR firm, to develop a marketing strategy that would burnish its image as an environmentally responsible company. APP now features images of verdant forests and bird sounds on its website and has environmental ads on CNN and in other media. But, what's the truth behind this? In its new report Asia Pulp and Paper APP, a subsidiary of Sinar Mas, says the as yet unreleased audit shows how the company is fulfilling its obligations to operate in a sustainable and environmentally conscious way. In its report, APP denies that Indonesia is the world's third largest emitter of greenhouse gases due largely to deforestation, peatland draining, and fires. It also states that it has set aside 400,000 hectares of land for conservation purposes, and has recently joined a partnership to save the Java rhinoceros. It also states that the net carbon of its paper is close to zero given carbon sequestration of its plantations. Ida Greenberry, which is APP's Director for Sustainability and Stakeholder Engagement, told the Jakarta Post. The audit demonstrates to the public, without question, APP's absolute commitment to transparency and sustainability. However, the analysis of its carbon did not include deforestation or the draining of peatlands, which environmentalists say is a substantial source of greenhouse gas emissions. In late 2009, Rustar Moitar, team leader of Greenpeace Southeast Asia Forest, shot back at APP's report in a statement, saying, "The report is not worth the paper it's written on. The reality is that APP continues to trash Sumatran rainforests, including tiger habitat, and to destroy carbon-rich peatlands." To back up its claims, Greenpeace has released images which it says shows APP clearing forest on deep peatlands, a practice that is illegal in Indonesia but widespread. And other photos show forest destruction near Bukit Tigapulo National Park. The truth is, APP has been illegally logging orangutan habitat, clearing forests in a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, illegally building a road through peatland forest, destroying tiger habitat, and threatening reintroduced populations of orangutans with legally obtained concessions, among other allegations. Now, let's proceed our discussion on how these unethical issues affect the quality of financial reporting. Engaging with such issues gave a huge impact on Sinar Mas. Most companies faced a public reputation crisis over its procurement of palm oil from Sinar Mas, whose plantations are reported to be the cause of widespread rainforest destruction. To avert the public reputation disaster, a number of large corporations including Staples, Gucci Group, Office Depot, Carrefour and Tesco have dropped APP products from their stores and supply chains. Burger King also has become the latest company to stop buying palm oil from a subsidiary of Sinar Mas. Burger King announced on its Facebook page that their company will no longer purchase palm oil produced by Sinar Mas, after an audit raised valid concerns about some of the sustainability practices of Sinar Mas palm oil production and its impact on rainforests. These circumstances do not only affect the quality of financial reporting but worse, it will give a huge impact on the reputation of Sinar Mas itself. Most investors and shareholders also might lose their interest to cooperate with Sinar Mas. Eventually, they will experience the decrement of revenue as well as profit year by year. Here are some possible ways that Sinar Mas can take into consideration in order to overcome these unethical issues. First, identify potential legal issues. Sinar Mas should explore whether the issue is regulated by law or policy. The source for information could be from their employer, professional association, a governmental regulatory body such as the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, or all of that. Those are excellent resources if there are uncertainties about the ethics of a situation that are Sinar Mas confronting. Also, a new standard by the International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants is expected to take effect by the end of the year. It redefines the roles of auditors, CFOs and other accounting professionals when they witness or suspect illegal acts at their organizations or within a client's organization. Second, get professional advice. If Sinar Mas need to report the unethical or illegal behavior of their accounting colleague or employer, seek legal counsel, either in-house or from an independent firm, or access their company's whistleblowing resources. It can provide guidelines for the decision-making process when the company confronted with ethical issues in accounting. To sum up our discussion, Sinar Mas should think about the people, companies or stakeholders who could be affected by the unethical issue that they made. Remember that the failure to do something, such as not reporting fraud, can have just as much of an effect as if Sinar Mas were the perpetrator.